In this video, we'll talk about a different type of time value question. In this video, we're going to question the value of an asset. When we say value, what we're really asking is, what is this asset worth to you? In other words, what is the maximum amount that you'd be willing to pay to buy this particular asset? So let's assume that there is an investment, and this investment is going to pay you $15,000 in 10 years. And your particular analysis of this video basically has said, look, you want to get at least 9%, or you wouldn't want to buy this asset. So we want to ask the question, what is the present value? What would you be willing to pay to get this particular asset or to invest in this asset? And the answer is, when you solve for present value, the answer is negative $6,336.16. So again, remember, computers always round off to the last decimal that you place here. So there is more decimals that are available if you want them. In these worksheets, remember, they are all protected, so you cannot change any of the cells, any of the blue cells. The yellow cells are the only ones that will allow any data entry. So we could ask again other questions, right? If this asset was to increase in value, maybe it's going to be $20,000. So what will the increase in cost be if this asset is actually worth more, or you think it would be worth more than $20,000? And in this case, it's negative $8,000. Well, this value has, or this asset has a value of that. So let's go back to our $10,000 question. Oops, sorry. $10,000 question, and ask about interest rate. If interest rates increase, what happens to value? So what if you determine that this asset, you really want to get 12% on this asset? What would you be willing to pay if it was at 12%? And what you see is that the value actually declined. And this is a very important theory in finance, that as the required returns go up, or as the interest rate that's desired goes up, if you assume that nothing else can change except for price, the only way you can get a higher rate of return is by paying a lower price. And likewise, we can go back and change this. What if it was going to take 5 years for this to happen, right? Then obviously the value is going to go up. A shorter time frame to get the same amount of money would obviously increase the value that you'd be willing to pay today. And likewise, we can change the compounding frequency. If we compounded interest monthly, what we will find is that the value goes up slightly. That's because when we make this investment, it's going to grow in this case, the interest will grow monthly. So in this case, the value is going to change to reflect that we're going to invest this $63.87, and it's going to compound monthly at 9% to get to that $10,000. So that is the basics of time value of money, looking at present value.